So before we move on, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce and announce the esteemed jury of the Innovation Box. We have Jackson Fernandez, VP Information Security and ICT, Governance, Bangalore International Airport Limited. We have Ashwin Pandian, SaaS Investor, Matrix Partners, India, and Dr. Bhupender Singh, Scientist, DRDO. Please put your hands together for our jury. A huge round of applause to welcome them. And the finalists for this edition of Innovation Box, Hypermind Technologies Private Limited, Privasapien, ProJava Innovations OPC Private Limited, Sarva Tech Labs, Xeron, ZX Cyberstank Private Limited. I would now like to invite Mr. Atul Kumar, Lead Government Initiatives DSCI, to join us on stage and walk us through with the objectives and backgrounds of what the Innovation Box holds.
Good evening, everyone. So first of all, thank you for joining us for the Innovation Box. I think many of you would have attended Innovation Box during annual summit in Delhi. This year, it is turning 10. So we thought to expand it, and the kind of support we have seen from the community for this particular initiative, that is tremendous, and that has given us the trust that we can expand it significantly. And this year, we have expanded with a more focused approach, and during the FinSec conclave in Mumbai, we have launched Innovation Box focusing on the financial sector security. And here in Bangalore, we are announcing Innovation Box for emerging tech. So here we have 6 startups who will be talking about their innovation. Couple of things that I would like to talk about this initiative. As I said, it has emerged as a community effort and a kind of ecosystem-driven initiative. When we have started 10 years back, it was just a small initiative. We started in a room full of, say 30, 40 people. Now today we have a hall full, and a lot of security leaders are interested to be part of this, and sort of jointly along with the jury members, sort of acknowledging the innovation being done by our entrepreneurs. This is a kind of a tremendous support coming from the community. Another thing that I would highlight is the winners which came out of this initiative. Without taking the names, if you go through the details, you will find all the major companies, known names today, are the winners of this innovation box, actually. Many of them in last 10 years. Last thing that I'll talk about this initiative is the support. Today, Securite is supporting this initiative, thanks to Vishal and the team Securite. Every year, we have found Indian company who is supporting this initiative, and many times the winner of Innovation Box became so big that company itself is supporting that initiative. So this is a kind of initiative that has evolved with the support from the community. So with this, I'll not take too much time to brief about the Innovation Box. It is all about innovation that probably a startup will show. But thanks to jury members for accepting our request to be part of this evaluation board. Thanks to all of you for joining us for this Innovation Box, contributing an evaluation of these startups. In terms of process, the flow would be each one of the startup, based on their company name, in alphabetical order, they will present. 5 minutes given for the presentation, 2 minutes for the question answer by the jury. And after that, I think each one of you would have received the voting pad. So anyone has not received, you can check. Okay, so they will probably give. Guys, please help them. Yeah. So you are supposed to mark them 1 to 5. My team will help you how to mark. So 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. So that is the marking. 30 seconds. Here 70% voltage is given to jury score and 30% from the audience poll. Live score will be shown after your voting is done. Based on that, we'll take 10 to 15 minutes of time to evaluate the results, and immediately after the 6th presentation, within 15 minutes, we'll come back with the results and announce it here. So looking forward with your active participation, and all the best, all the finalists. Thank you.
Thank you, Atul, for setting the context. Now, we're going to do a demo of what Atul just shared. How many of you here have received your voting pads? How many of you have not received your voting pads? Can you raise your hand up so that if you've not received a voting pad, volunteers will come and pass them on to you. Voting pads on this side also. Please put your hands up so they can spot you one more time so that they know. If I can request those of you who haven't received to just raise your hands. Okay, now for a quick demo of what was explained to all of you. All of you have your voting pads. They're buttons that are numbered. Only numbers from 1 to 5 are relevant for this particular score. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. You have to cast your vote within the first 30 seconds. The number that you press, the respective vote, that's what gets registered. In case you change your mind, do it within this 30-second window to change your score. The last pressed entry will be the final. So let's just try a demo. If you can all pull up your voting pads, if you can have the demo come up. Cast your votes. If you have your voting pad, just cast a number. And let's see what the results are. Okay, 59% is on the high of Chandrayaan landing on the moon. We're all at 5. The energy is at 5. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. It's fairly simple. We had a few new people walk in. If you don't have a voting pad, please raise your hands. We have some more people who do not have voting pads, so if you can get the voting pads over to them. Okay, so if everybody is ready, we will go into the next segment, which is the startup presentations. For the first 5-minute pitch, may I invite on stage Hypermind Technologies Private Limited. Please put your hands together and invite the first presenting team on stage. Over to you.
I was just doing a test. This is the first time they have given me. Yeah. So, thank you everyone for being here and listening to what I have to present today. My name is Vikram and I'm co-founder at Hypersign Protocol. Hypersign is a decentralized credential management infrastructure. But the main point is, whenever you are building a blockchain product, everybody asks you, what problem can you solve for the end users, right? Can a business consume it in a way or form? And hence, today I'm presenting Kavach. Kavach is a brand new product that aims to provide privacy for Aadhaar verification for businesses in India. As you know, the regulatory landscape in India is evolving very fast, and the newly enforced data protection and privacy law has two important key takeaways. First being, the businesses now need to share what data they are collecting from the end user. And the second one is actually government is not encouraging businesses from storing and managing these data, because then it will lead into breaches, and then there is a hefty fine of $30 million plus. Problems in the current KYC solution is that they are not designed for unregulated market. Most of these KYC solutions are actually designed for regulated businesses. For example, banking, healthcare, insurance, and whatnot. But the whole unregulated market is still untouched. And since it is designed for regulated businesses, the cost of ownership, total cost of ownership, and the cost of integration is also pretty high. And due to all these problems, the businesses who falls under unregulated market, they end up using ad hoc way of managing KYC solution. For example, all the startups, my friends who have startup, they still manage the KYC in like collecting PDFs or doing some asking them to send them the KYC data in the form of printed papers and whatnot. which leads into then, data privacy issue. Data privacy is just not on the cloud. It's a problem also like, we sharing data to each other in a very, ad hoc format. Hence, we have built Kavach. It helps you to identify your users with offline Aadhaar verification, and it protects your business from data hacks and breaches. And how we do that is that all the data that is being verified over this platform is not stored in a normal form, and we call something called zero knowledge proofs. So we generate zero knowledge proof and provide the zero knowledge proof attestation back to the businesses. It is fast and low code solution. It can be integrated in very less time. It has, strong AI and encryption based liveliness check. And the most important point is that it has reusable KYC feature because of blockchain attestation. The user experience is very simple if you would have done any other KYC. It's similar to that. But most important is these 4 companies with which we are doing the pilot. Out of these 4, I would just talk about one, which is Atomex, which is a Book My Show company. And probably in the last quarter, any event, if you would go, all the KYC Aadhaar verification for liquor distribution, where we do age verification of user, goes through hypersign protocol. The roadmap is pretty simple. For now, we will do, all these pilots and collect feedback and iterate. But the next version will have support for ONDC, because we feel that ONDC is an open, platform just like hypersign, and it aligns with the vision. So there has to be some ways to integrate these 2 solutions together. But the end game for Kavach would be to provide one seamless experience for KYC verification between blockchain world and the, non-blockchain application. So next year would be focusing on integrating more ZK solution for PAN and GST verification and so forth. Thank you. This is team of 3. We are the 3 co-founders. Irfan has 10 years experience in identity and verification. He has been key in implementing many digital identity infrastructure in Middle East and Africa for his previous companies that I've worked. And I am the chief product officer, and I handle mostly the growth part. My brother, who is the CTO, he handles the technology, and he has been crucial in implementing what looks like today's India CBDC. But back then, it had 3 other versions of that. You might have heard about Vajra, and then there's one more version before that. So he was part of the core team. And thank you. We have been incubated, and thank you very much for DSCI for endorsing us. And of course, since it's a decentralized identity technology, so we are closely working with the DIF. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Yeah.
Jackson, thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. You mentioned you rely on blockchain.
Yeah.
Whose blockchain? What blockchain?
So Kavach is built on hypersign. It's an upcoming blockchain. So far, we have around 70 validators, and around 300,000 users across the world have been testing our testnet. It's an upcoming identity-specific chain in Cosmos ecosystem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What will happen to quantum security of that blockchain?
Sir, this is okay. Quantum security will also, it depends on the low-lying technology, which is the encryption. Now, whenever there is a quantum compute, it comes in general way, like everyone can use quantum computing.
No, that at least you should have vision.
Yeah.
When large quantum
Exactly,
computer
I'm coming there.
comes.
So what will happen is all these encryption technologies will start. For example, blockchain relies on currently ECDSA and ED255K1 signature scheme. So the researchers are working on how to make it quantum safe. For example, recently there are 2-3 other companies who have come up with a newer version of ECDSA and ED255. Both are currently at whatever stage quantum is. It is actually working on improving the algorithm. So as quantum compute comes, the key signatures would also, improve based on the algorithm. So that's like the overall industry. This is a common question that I get every time. But I have been talking regularly with the researchers of different institutions, how they are looking at it. And one of the only ways to, work around is this, to keep improving the key algorithms that we are using for blockchain ledgers, which relies on ECDSA and 8255K1 right now. They need to become quantum safe for the blockchains to become quantum safe. That's it. Thank you. Any other question?
Thank you, and thank you, jury. Now we open the floor for voting. Can we have the countdown and the voting pads ready, audience? Keep your voting pads ready. The minute it clicks through, go ahead, cast your vote. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 being lowest, 5 being highest. And can we see the results? Okay, at 3 and 4 with the highest percentages of 31.7 and 28.3. Thank you very much. Without further ado, calling on the next team, Privasapien, may I request the team from Privasapien to join us on stage.
Okay, thank you. So, we are Privasapien, we are a privacy engineering company. So, we enable organizations in meeting data protection requirements by privacy by design. So, we predicted that Chandrayaan would launch today. So, our presentation background is primarily space themed. So, one of the primary requirements today in terms of regulation is that you have to meet the technical safeguard requirements, else it's going to be 250 crore penalty, right? What are the technical safeguards? For example, anonymization, differential privacy. How do you ensure that even after you share the data is protected? Is a very fundamental problem, and there are very limited solutions across the globe. We are one of the first in the world to build a platform which provides a spectrum of privacy enhancing technologies, including cutting edge AI governance inbuilt into the platform. So if you look at it, companies like OneTrust, they are privacy compliance technologies. We are privacy engineering technology, and this is going to be the future of privacy and data governance globally. So if you do a 2x2 matrix, one axis, the vertical y-axis, is from assessment to flow level intelligence, privacy attack simulation. And the x-axis is from the kind of mitigation like tokenization, masking kind of mitigation to privacy enhancing technologies. So what we are building is on the right top quadrant, which is called privacy by design, using privacy enhancing technologies. And also we are doing privacy red teaming with cutting edge privacy attack simulations using European model called Linden. And with that, we do privacy risk scoring so that organizations can understand risk in data. For example, give a risk score from 0 to 100 so that DPO can say that, okay, if the risk score is 100 to 80, the data should not even leave the data center. If it is from 80 to 50, probably it can go for analytics with consent in place. If it is from 30 to 50, then you can probably share it with partners with corresponding legal background. And at 0 to 20, the data is considered non-personal, so you can unlock the data. This is fundamental, and we have won multiple awards for this. This is very, very critical for privacy compliance across the globe, not just India. This is completely in line with GDPR requirements as well as CPRA requirements. So with this, we announce a platform called Priva Galaxy. It is first of its kind unified privacy engineering and AI governance platform. So what are the products covered is that Privacy X-ray, as I told, is a privacy attack simulation product which can take input data and provide a holistic risk score, a single risk score with which DPOs can decide. Data pipelines can become privacy aware. We are currently implementing in very large organizations like Maruti Suzuki, where they are completely revamping the data pipeline based on our technology. Second is Event Horizon. We, in fact, won Niti Aayog's Atmanirbhar Bharat Challenge Award for this, where you can unlock data. For example, COVID data. The very important thing is about data is very sensitive. You cannot give the data as such. For example, GPS coordinates were published by city municipal corporation, which resulted in exact re-identification of individuals, and there were even cases of abduction because somebody told that a government is sending this ambulance, please board, and people boarded. So when privacy sensitive information like location and other information are shared, it results in direct impact of people, and this lives for a much longer time period. COVID was, that person got resolved from COVID in 15 days, but his data resides in the internet even today, which is a very big problem. Then cryptosphere, which can help in cross-border transfer of personal data without violating it. Then data twin is for synthetic data. When you are sharing data for developers, testers, etc., it is very important that you should not use personal data for that. So you can create generative AI-based synthetic data for that. And Private GPT is a revolutionary product that we just launched now, where it can be a firewall for AI governance. So how do you do safety, security, and trustworthiness for AI governance is that product. So data is a spectrum starting from PII, mass, pseudonymous, anonymous to synthetic data. So how do you build this spectrum in organizations so that you can build effective data governance practices is what we deliver for businesses, and these are the first 5 products which are in this space. So this is how it actually works. So let's say you are an organization, you are unlocking data, you understand the risk of data first, let's say with Privacy X-ray, then you can mitigate the risk. For example, with Event Horizon, you reduce the risk score from 100 to 20, from Data Twin, in case you want to share the data with developers, and then other products which can subsequently reduce the risk. This is Private GPT, which can understand risk in data. We have won, Maruti's challenge where we got a SIA scar. We are working with organizations across the world, including a Middle East regulator, and we have won multiple awards, as I told you. And this is the team, including folks from ISC. We have hired like 5 people from ISC. We have advisors from ISC. We are working with large organizations as well. And we are building privacy by design, which is the future of data governance in India and across the globe. Thank you.
Hey Abhilash, Ashwin here. So quick question, a lot of the tools, while they're all great, I see different use cases, different users within the org. So what's kind of the hero product? Who's that clear buyer for that? Who's the user for that?
Absolutely. So organizations have to start this privacy journey. Today they have not even started. And the first problem is understanding the risk in data. And what privacy regulations say is, if the data is directly identifiable or evenly indirectly refers to a person, then the data is sensitive. It is personal data. Right? For example, GPS coordinates, people just identify your address and they can quickly identify that you are the person. Now, how do you solve this problem? You cannot, today what is happening is people are looking at, it's like microbiologists looking at blood and giving you blood report. That's how the status is today. So we are building this product which can do privacy attack simulation, which is Europe grade, and we give a detailed risk score and a very significant detailed report. We are working with a lot of big 4 consulting firms as well. Now they are really interested, and we are working with multiple others as well, where this is like cutting edge, which can give outputs in JSON as well, and it can connect in the data pipeline. So data governance teams, to answer your question, data governance teams, for example, Maruti, we are directly working with the DPO team and the data governance team. Thus, the whole data pipeline can be privacy preserved, and they can use the data for, let's say, analytics, sharing with partners. And this is not just with automobile. You can say, take the same example of finance. You can take the example of, we are working with government entities, like Madhya Pradesh government are really interested, we are working with them. So it starts with the data governance team and flows to all other teams in the ecosystem.
Data privacy and data integrity. Which
Yes,
one
sir.
you choose first actually?
So both should be there, sir. In fact, in the current data protection bill, it mandates that the data needs to be accurate. So let us say your address is incorrect. It is important that even for data principal or the data subject, there is a penalty of 10,000 rupees for an individual if he has put a wrong information in the database, if it is intentional. So accuracy is very important. What is important is you protect privacy along with accuracy. That is what we do with privacy engineering technology, privacy enhancing technologies, where the utility is retained, at the same time privacy is protected. That's what we do.
Okay, can we have the voting pads out and the voting screen, please? Audience, get ready to cast your votes. And the results are a 41.4% of 4 and a 34.5% of 5. So congratulations. Okay, going on to our next presenting team, Pro Java Innovations OPC Private Limited. Can we have the representative join us on stage?
Good evening. I'm Pranesh representing Proya Innovation to introduce our product CyberSwan. Right? Let me start with some analogy. Right? Why was COVID, coronavirus was so dangerous? Right? Unlike any other virus, flu or anything. Just because it was not having a signature. Right? And the same situation arises again when there is a new such virus or birth of variant of this virus. Fine? Now, signature is nothing but any static, its color, size, family, anything, any of those things, right? With this analogy, how it is fair to treat malware only by its signature, right? That's where we are coming to picture. And because even this signature-based analysis, even malware author is also aware, right? Now again, to bring how much is a malware, it is a threatening industry and all, we don't have to bring graphs, numbers and all, how serious it is, right? We are all from this domain, we know this, right? And malware, especially ransomware, is a real mess across industry and individual. And increasing trend is also, it shows how much current all controls are effective, right? No, I'm not saying existing controls are totally ineffective, means, but still it is not sufficient. Yeah? Now, what we are introducing is, we are having a malware detection product, the CyberSwan. It is a behavioral based, not the signature based. Means not the history where somebody had to detect and create a signature, then analyze, right? And it is backed by our own patent, right? And it is a AI analytics, data analytics, real-time based, right? And built an advanced technology stack by our own, and it is meant for global applicability. Right? And this solution is applicable for ransomware detection, privacy, data detection, and monitoring as well. Monitoring in the sense, infrastructure as well as the endpoint. Right? And on a lighter note, we picked product name from DUG, which is known for its alertness and its capability to detect. Right? And again, this is not totally, it will remove existing control or product or solutions. It will act as an add-on control. Right? And we're having a roadmap. We completed POC, IPR, protection, everything. Now we are validating with our one of the known customer, having a complex hybrid infrastructure with endpoints. Right? Endpoints in the sense of laptop and PCs that way. And we are going to roll out CUG again to fine-tune more in the fourth quarter of 2023. And in Q2 of 24, we are having a roadmap to launch globally. Right? Consciously, we are rolling out step by step, not to jump and fine-tune, learn from the market and roll out as a full-fledged product. Right? Currently, we are in a phase 2, we are with the reference customer, and we are in multiple license mode. It's a per endpoint, the feature-wise means someone would just look for only ransomware protection. Someone would look for only for data monitoring. That's possible. And deployment mode, whether it's a cloud on-premises SaaS mode, or IPR also, we are open to license. Right? And about us, we are based out of cultural city of Karnataka, Mysore. We are bootstrapped, we are cash positive. We are engaged with very few service engagement to have this product built. Right? And we are also having, whole our team, I'll introduce in the next slide. Whole our team is, this is about myself, having industry experience working with R&D, services, and startup environment, and having, you can say, even though I'm having a cybersecurity certification, still I will consider I'm a technical person, not rather than a audit kind of capabilities, right? We understand how to develop a product and solution. Right? And I'm backed with right aligned team with senior people having experience of operations and deployment and the technical capabilities as well. And one of the team members is here, Mr. Pawan. Fine. And our portfolio having a cybersecurity solution, and we wanted to focus cybersecurity not alone as any solution which has to be for some of the domain, which we are picking 5G and the IoT domain, and we are also offering few services for cybersecurity services. These are strategic alignment only, end-to-end solutions. Okay. And is a quick, I'm done. I'll open for any questions. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Jackson again.
Thank you.
Just a question.
Yeah.
What's different from this platform from every other EDR solution out there that promises the same behavioral detection as opposed to?
This solution, the client sits inside the system, inside the server, inside the endpoint, along with the operating system. It doesn't monitor from remote. It behaves below operating system. Means since we're having a time, ransomware, if I take example, it is a process. It is a file operation. It is a file property changing it to encryption. These are certain behavior. It is captured and monitored on the device.
So EDR also deploys agents on the device.
Yeah,
it hooks to the processors. So
yeah,
what's different?
When you deploy on the product, here the problem comes on the detection to avoid false positive. Then it is not just the one instance is sufficient. It is a set of sequence of events, and for the time duration it requires to decide whether there is an incident or not. Means we are having that background AI capability, AI engine also to decide captured information to decide whether it is analyzed information is incident or not.
So I understand this sits below the OS.
Yes.
And
along with the OS, yeah.
Along with those, got it. So certain industries you mentioned like IoT have very specific compute restrictions. They will let very few services or agents run beyond what's outside the OS. What is within your target market for services? What falls outside of it because of this compute restriction?
No, we are doing both, because if you see the team capability, we are all from telecommunication enterprise system background. We totally understand the processing complexity as well as any memory size complexity. As means our client has to be as good as any embedded operating system module only. Means that has to be secured as well. That we understand that. You're right. It's very easy to target OS based, but if you say embedded, it is we are.
Can we have the voting screens, please? Audience, please be ready with your voting pads. And the results are 29.5% at 3, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Joining us next is Sarva Tech Labs. Can we have the representative from Sarva Tech Labs to join us on stage, please?
Very good evening. I'm Bharatwaj from Server Labs. My time has started. Okay. So starting with the core team skills, we've been, our CEO is part of one of the core members of the teams that developed the Oracle database, and he's an ace at distributed systems. And we have a very collective team, experienced and young crowd, who bring in the mix of the things. All the enterprises today, small and large, are moving towards shared infrastructure, the cloud and stuff like that. Right? And while more and more companies are moving towards the shared infrastructure, the users, they want more and more of control over upon the files and the data that they share. Right? Now, there is a lot of data breaches, there are a lot of outages, there is an absolute, there is no cohesive uh, set of ownership of the data that has been shared on the cloud, right? So that's the problem that the world is facing today. I mean, even a bank as large as ICICI, faced, had a data breach of their PII about 6-8 weeks back, and they had the best of the cloud infrastructures even there, right? We do face even today. And early on in the DPI infrastructure, Vinay was talking about, the rigor of the processes that is involved. It just doesn't escape and all of that stuff. Yes, that is the truth. All of us rely on a rigor of process to solve this problem, but there is no absolute technology solution to this problem. And that is why Sarva Labs, we have created a fundamentally new protocol, right? We've changed the Alan Turing's state replication. From there, we've built a state replication machine. We've got a patent around interaction state machine. We've built an IFPCP, which is a communication protocol as fundamental as TCP/IP. On top of it, sitting is MOI, which is the first implementation of the world's context-aware P2P interaction DLT, right? And one very important aspect of the MOI protocol, MOI blockchain, is MOI Bit, which is the data management, security, and the privacy platform. What do? We take a mix of cryptography, a lot of math, a lot of blockchain, DLT, distributed ledger systems, content addressability, all of that, and we ensure that there is performance, there is security, there's resilience, there is privacy, and flexibility and scalability, right? And how do we do it? We take the data, we encrypt them, we shard them, we put it across the P2P networks, and we replicate them, right? And today, if I were to ask, if any of your cloud architects, if I were to dare and ask, do you know where exactly your file is stored in any of the most popular cloud service providers? The answer is no. Do you know who has what access into it? The answer is no. Do you know what activities have been performed on the file? The answer is no. It's not that because the cloud service providers can't give this information, they are incapacitated to give this information because they can't, right? And that is our USP. We have ingrained privacy, security, and trust as part of the file property itself, right? Now, we can tell you where exactly the file, where all the file is residing, their exact IP address and the address of it. We'll tell you what levels of access, who has what levels of access, the security and the privacy aspect, and where is it located. And the trust comes from we being a blockchain, our own built, indigenously built blockchain. We record all the activities as a chain transaction, which is undisputed and immutable, right? That is the core USP that we get to the table. Security is personalized. You can see what levels of encryption you want on your data. If it is my less important data, I can choose a no encryption. If it is highly PII information, I can choose the levels of information that I want. It's absolutely user controlled.
The CXOs, security teams, and then CISOs. Now, they have their own perspective. And when it comes to communicate about the cybersecurity, it's very different. And they need a single platform. So Xeron provides a single dashboard with all the relevant KPIs and key risk indicators to enable the stakeholders to make informed decisions. Now, Xeron works in a very unique ABCD approach to determine the key risk indicators. A is the attack surface risk, which provides you the external risk that is coming up from the attack surface. And then the business posture risk. It provides you what's the business impact and the financial impact. And then comes the compliance, which provides you the compliance risk that is coming up because of the gaps you are having. And then the defense risk, which evaluates your internal measurements, and then it provides you what are the internal risks that is coming up. And now accumulating all of these insights together, Xeron's core engine, it provides you and helps you to get the gap analysis and the recommendations. And then based on that, what are the actionable insights? And then it also provides the cyber risk quantification. And also, what are the top 30 risks right now that you should address? And also, we have one thing. If you are from a particular sector, we are providing you the industry benchmark, which lets you know currently in your industry what it is and where you are standing.
Now, take for example, if in an organization you have implemented an HIDS solution, you implement a policy or a particular control, and you want to see how it is behaving. Based on that, you would make a decision. So if you see that there has been an increase in efficiency with respect to 30%, you enforce the same particular policy or the control to other departments. Else, you need to implement an XDR. So making those informed decisions, which gives you clarity and proactively manage your risk, and you allocate your resources in an effective manner. You can check your cyber risk posture and make those data-driven decisions and resource allocation at a given point of time, and also track how the maturity with respect to cyber risk posture is gaining over the period of time. It might gain, it might lose, but you can have a track of that. You can stay always vigilant, quantify your posture, and achieve cyber resilience with a simple and intuitive visualization on the dashboard, which gives you the overall cyber risk in terms of monetary value, departmental-wise, risk scenario-wise, and that's the USP of the platform. It contextualizes the risk scenarios based on the business. It's not generalized like the high trust framework or any other framework. Everything is contextualized. How we do that, maybe if I get time, I'll explain, but talking about generative AI, we are in the era where this is making a lot of noise, and we had been working on this since long back, which helps you unleash your superpowers as CISOs or security leaders, because you get to see what are the different risk scenarios, simulate those risk scenarios, also helps you track your regulatory mandates and compliances, and helps you generate the policies and review the policies as well. We have our own hosted LLM models. We do not use ChatGPT for privacy reasons. We have got 700 plus actionable insights, 114 integration, 5,000 plus risk scenarios, support 10,000 plus regulatory bodies, and 50 plus compliance standards. So it's a four-step process. Again, the ABCD, where the cyber landscape scanning is there. Then we come and integrate with your existing systems, align the compliance and the regulations, and do the evaluation, and then provide you with the contextual informed risk insights. So just to talk about recognition, the model that we have been working on was taken up by the European Union to be deployed across the whole Europe for their cyber risk quantification at the Concordia Summit. The subscription starts at $1,000 monthly, and this is a team. We're backed by 100x VC and angel investors like Keras Jamwal and Anup Mathur. These have been the few of the customers that we have been working with, just to name a few that trusted Xeron. Yeah, we're an ISO certified SOC 2 and Star Level 1 certified company. And please do visit www.xeron.one if you want to know what's your cyber risk posture and want to quantify. Thank you.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to understand, you say you do a financial impact analysis. Yeah. What do you use to come up with a financial impact? That's part A of the question. Two is, you mentioned on the slide, effectiveness of the security platforms. So are you suggesting that this platform will look at the effectiveness of all of the different security platforms that an enterprise has already deployed?
Sure. So just to answer question number one, there are few models which are available in the internet, right? Like the Monte Carlo simulation, the FAIR model that's there. We tried it out. The efficiency is, like the error margin is around 42%. So we brought it down to basics. We onboarded Dr. Muriel Franco, who is a part of our research and development team. And we used the Gordon-Loeb model as a base. Take 5 parameters, which goes like the sector which the organization is, the size of the organization, the present market cap of the organization, the technologies that they are using, and what are the locations they are operating in, which helps us get those financial metrics. In short, just to answer right now. The second is effectiveness. We come and integrate with the existing systems, and we have the correlation. So supposingly, if an organization has 35,000 nodes, and this is a real case study, 35,000 nodes where they have implemented an XDR. The company is billing you for the 35,000 nodes, but it's actually being deployed on 17,000 nodes. But your AD is connected. So we correlate that and find out those data, which makes them or helps them make those informed decisions. Second, we made something last year called God Genesis, which was a product of our R&D team, which bypassed, and I can say it in open right now, it bypassed all the EDRs on planet Earth, all the EDRs and XDRs on planet Earth. So it helps them to make those at least rule sets on their firewall level, that if something like this comes, it does not enter into the organization, because 0 days are not fixed in a day. So those kind of things also happen.
Apart from the CISO of an org, is there anyone else who would log into this platform? And the second part of that question is also, how often are your customers or anyone logging into the platform to use it? Is it day to day? Is it monthly?
So for a CISO, like if I talk about DAU, right, the daily time, it varies from 20 to 30 minutes for CISOs. The other part of this platform users is the top management. So which frequency is like once a month. But it also helps the CISOs to present to the board while they are having those discussions.
And also just to add on over there, we have the compliance features, right? So it also helps the compliance managers and the officers who deal with the compliances. So on a daily basis, they also have a track of the evidences and they collect it from the dashboard.
Any more questions? But anyone having any questions, happy to connect offline and discuss more.
Okay, can we have the voting lines open? Audience, let's get started. And the results are 40.7% at 4 and 32.2% at 5. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. And before I leave, once again, congratulations to the entire nations for the landing today. So a big round of applause and yeah.
Indeed, congratulations to everybody on the landing. Now we have on stage ZX Cyberstank Private Limited. Can we have the team from Cyberstank join us on stage?
Hello, good evening everyone. So my name is Rohit Mankote and I'm founder of Cyberstank. We founded this company in 2019 and recently we have launched a product which is Cyberstank Vortex, where we are combating malware with unmatched speed and precision. So there is a problem. Despite huge investment in people and product, many companies struggle with malware due to limited detection policy. There are low transparency. There are sandbox, which is used high resources, require lots of time. So we build a platform, a AI-based platform, where we are working on advanced threat detection with new age anti-malware. So we are already partnered with different companies from all over across the world who are entering into Vortex platform. Apart from that, we are supporting 100+ file types. We also do integration with parameter solution, email scanning, and backup servers. So what set us apart? Like we do our extraction of IOC in a very fast speed. We do our API integration, where our integration can be used by multiple offering or in internal application also. We do a co-pilot agent installation, where agent can be configured or download from our Vortex platform. Our platform depend on simulation intelligence. That intelligence we have started with, where we are doing a simulation of cross simulation, where file is simulated when we detect any kind of a malware. And after we clean that malware with our sanitization feature, we do another simulation to check if the malware is still there or not. So this is our timeline trajectory, where we have been worked with different organizations, where we work in a global forum also. We have built our Spectral browser, which is a kind of a non-Chromium browser. So recently we launched a CS Vortex, which is a futuristic technology where we are working on basis of transparency, like how a detection can be more transparent or accurate. So one of our policy in our Vortex platform is no data acquisition policy. Like as you think, many companies, they do data acquisition policy. They share the same data with other companies also. So we are not following these rules. In our market share, we initially started with MSME client. We work with small SMB clients also, where we are providing them with a low-cost project. And apart from that, we do our integration with different application. Apart from that, the same solution is used by SOC team and threat hunters. So this is me. Like we have a team of 20 ransomware responder who work in this project. Apart from that, we have an integration team manager who architect all the integration, all the workflows of our platform. So this is our ecosystem competition where we are directly competing with VirusTotal, OpSWAT, and hybrid analysis, where there are main factor of cost, numbers of AV participating in their platform. Apart from that, users and integration. So we started this product starting with freemium. So like in today's also, like we provided a freemium access to our platform so people can have a view what we are building right now and what will be the, like in the future also, how we can adapt or evolve the same platform. So we started as a freemium version to premium, where we are also working with enterprise clients. Yeah, thank you everyone. Yeah, that's all.
Still you have time. How you are modeling your threat actually?
Sorry?
The threat modeling, what you are doing actually?
So we have trained our model with simulation intelligence. So basically, as I told you, like we are not working on signature-based model. So if like most of the antivirus, what they do, they depend upon the signature. If the signature is shared by like a VirusTotal platform or other platform, they will do a detection on the basis of on a basis of hash file, right? And apart from that, they do a pattern matching. So what we have introduced a simulation intelligence which can like run the file on the system and can find out like what are the like, artifacts of detection.
The data is coming from where?
Which data?
What you are training that?
So no, actually we have trained, like we have a partnership with OpSWAT, Polysom and many threat intelligence platform, where we have introduced our scrutiny engine as an anti-malware engine, and where we get different threat intelligence from these platforms. So basically they are crowdsourced platform. So they are an international platform where we have participated. Hi.
What's the intention with Spectral browser? And you said it's non-Chromium.
Yep.
If it's not proprietary, what is it based on?
So basically right now we have built a kind of a WebKit browser where we have introduced our scrutiny engine inside it. So most of the use case where we are doing the scanning of files which are going to upload or download, and apart from that we do the sanitization of that file also.
So is the browser market a target market?
Yeah, so right now we are working with some of the Fed organizations and defense organizations where we have introduced this browser when there was a end of life for Internet Explorer. So at that time we started on working on this browser basically. Yeah.
Understood.
So if I look at the customer segment SMB, you have folk using the G Suite, Microsoft security solutions that come with that suite, and then you have enterprise customers on McAfee Norton plans.
Yep.
Who are the archetypes or the particular type of customers that you're going after? What are you displacing for them in their current tool stack?
So as I told you, like we are building a product on a cost-effective scenario. So we will be targeting SMB and MSME market. Apart from that, we got lots of traction from defense sector. Like recently, we won a IDX challenge for multi-AV product. So we have a set of range from small enterprise to like a defense sector or government sector. Thank you.
Okay, can we have the voting screens, please? Audience, be ready to cast your last votes. The time has started. And the results are 31.4% at a 3 and a 27.5% at a 4. Congratulations, thank you. So those were the presentations. We now have the evaluation round, which will take a little bit of a window, so stay tuned with us, stay here. We have a lucky draw winner set that we're going to announce just now. So there was a lucky draw by the water bottle tag QR scan by ThreatCorp, who's our engagement partner. Pawan, the CEO and founder of ThreatCorp, shall be presenting these. So can we request Pawan to join us on stage? And the winners are Rashmi Chawla, company name HPCL. Do we have Rashmi in the audience? Do we have a representative from HPCL joining us? Yes. Congratulations, Roshan. Then we have Sunil P, Capillary Technologies India Limited, who's won the next prize that we have. Congratulations. T.R. Ganesh from Grid India, do we have? Yes. Audience, you can applaud a little. We'll warm you up for the next lot of applause that needs to come around. Congratulations. And can we have the AV, please? We are celebrating 15 years and how? Okay, so while we wait for the results to come, since how many, all of you here work in cybersecurity? Hands? Cybersecurity, IT? Everyone. I'm the only person who's not in the same realm. Okay, so I'm going to attempt a quiz, okay? This is called the Ultimate Cybersecurity Quiz. And I have no idea of the answers, so I'm going to take the audience's answers and I'm going to fill this in and answer them, okay? Which three levels in OSI model are usually implemented in the software within the operating system? Transport session presentation, data link transport application, application presentation session. Application presentation session? Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to know the results till the end, right? So the next one is, which of these protocols reside in layer 3 network in the OSI model? TCP and IPsec, IP and IPsec, IP and TCP. IP and IPsec? Okay. A net mask can be represented by which two ways? Decimal numbers, net mask 255.255.255.0, and slash notation, 80.212.212.50/32. Proud notation, which is 80.2012.212, .50 #24, and decimal numbers, which is 255.255.255, or slash notation and pound notation. What is it? Decimal and slash, pound and decimal, or slash and pound? Decimal and slash?
Slash.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody else have any other ideas? I'm just having fun killing time. So, this is like one of those, chess games where you're playing two chess players and you're basically giving them both their own moves, but you're the person who's the intermediary. This is exactly like that. Which is the broadcast address in this network? 172.16.24.0/24, 172.16.24.1, 172.16.24.0, 172.16.24.255. I have immense respect for all of you. My respect for security people in the country has just quadrupled because these many numbers would confound me into no end. Which one of these is an RFC 1918 IP address? 172.16.1.30, 172.17.1.30, 9.0.0.1. People are really paying attention. This quiz is... You want some mic time? Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but 6 questions down. I'm going to leave the rest to Destiny and hand it over to Jatin. So, Jatin, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Shreya. Very good evening to everybody. I'll be here for 5 to 7 minutes with you. Just a very small announcement. DSCI, as part of its corporate social responsibility, has been actively engaging with industry partners in past some times. The recent initiatives were Cyber in collaboration with Microsoft, which is a women's skilling initiative that we've been running over 5 years. In the same realm, we thought that the awareness and evangelization has been kept at an ecosystem level, at an industry level. We spread it to women skilling program as well. But this time around, on 15th of August, we launched a new program called Cyber for You, with the TH as a superlative, so we call it Cyber for Youth. It is primarily driven for imparting adequate, pertinent cyber awareness at school students level. We are very grateful that we are launching this first phase, so the overall program will be done in a phased fashion. This first version is launched by CISA, and thank you, CISA, for partnering with us in this initiative. The overall the program would be panned out in a couple of months. This version is focused on Karnataka state for now, where we are currently hosting BPM. That's where we'll be targeting a few cities in Karnataka, primarily Mysore, Bangalore, and hopefully Mangalore as well, with select schools where we feel that there is a dire need of cyber awareness to be imparted at student level. We're not stopping just at student awareness. We are also going ahead with spreading a certain level of word at school administration level as well. That's where we'll guide them in terms of how they can really safeguard their digital periphery. Towards the end, certainly, it is not just a presentation mode session. We are doing it in an in-person physical mode with empaneled trainers And of course, we're very grateful that CISA has imposed that interest on us, and we are very passionate about leading this initiative as well. Towards the end, we will have certain gamified deliveries, we will have banners and poster making challenges, and we will be giving out certificates to, of course, the school and the students as well. So please join us, and of course, if you have any queries or any certain threats which at an industry level you may want to pick for CSR initiative in cybersecurity, please do reach out to us. I'm Jatin, and of course, you can reach out to any one of us from DSCI who would be happy to assist you in certain initiatives which can actually spread awareness to different stratas of ecosystem, because we are going above and beyond women in security. We are going now at student awareness level. We are hopeful that we will also tap senior citizen awareness as well. So hoping to get some response and interest from the ecosystem. We'll keep you posted on the updates. Thank you so much.
We just need 2 more minutes to get the final results together. How have you enjoyed all of today, the content for today, the conversations, the insights that you've received? Audience, how's it been? The few of you that are still here gives me hope. Any thoughts, feelings? Nice. Nice is too simple and plain and adjective. How was today? Like, was it insight? We can even get a mic over to you if you want to share something about your experience that has been today. Or is it too far long out in the day to be expecting reflections of the day?
I have one reflection.
Yes, please.
So, wonderful video, Vinayakji, for the 15 years. What stood out for me was how black was Vinayak's hair when it started off and how much gray it has gotten. So, well done.
You know, the excitement of seeing someone coming as close to being sweet 16 as possible. It was a wonderful day today. I mean, the lineup of the sessions and the extempore talks by Vinayak, great. Especially the consciousness and AI. Wonderful.
Yes, I think...
Icing on the cake.
I think when we talk about consciousness, when we talk about ethics, I think that's something that the world is consciously moving towards, because it's so much more important and relevant that we operate from that space. I was genuinely making a comment. It was not to waste time. But we have the results, and the results are here, so yes. So, Vinayak, if we can have you join us on stage. As the finalists hold their nerves, the decision's here. To do the honor and felicitate the winners, may I invite the esteemed jury on stage: Jackson Fernandez, VP Information Security and ICT Governance, Bangalore International Airport Limited; Ashwin Pandian, SAS Investor, Matrix Partners India; and Dr. Bhupendra Singh, Scientist, DRDO. May I also invite Mr. Vishal Salvi, CEO, Quick Heal, and Atul Kumar, Lead Government Initiatives, DSCI, to join us. Everybody ready? The second runner-up is Sarva. So, Team Sarva, join us on stage. The first runner-up, any guesses? Hold on to that. Can we put our hands together and congratulate Team Sarva, please? Audience, let's applaud. We can afford to burn some calories, dinners after this. Congratulations to the second runner-up. Any guesses for the first runner-up? That's the right answer. Zeron it is. Can we have Team Zeron join us on stage? Audience applause. Thank you and congratulations, Team Zeron. Any guesses on the winners? Any guesses on the winners? Can I hear it like all together and loudly? Lots of you saying the name. Private Sapien it is. The winners of this edition, please put your hands together and invite the team on stage. Audience, let's keep the applause coming. Congratulations to the whole team. Thank you everybody. Thank you for joining us on stage. And now I'm going to request Atul to stay back and share his closing remarks for the end of the 15th edition of the Best Practices Meet. Over to you, Atul.
So good evening, everyone. So finally, we have reached towards the conclusion of 15th edition of Best Practices Meet. So one thing definitely I would like to talk about this Best Practices Meet is in last 15 years, this event has definitely evolved as a community-led and industry-led event. And that has given us a confidence to experiment this year. This year, we have experimented with the overall format of this event. So day one of the event, we have done 4 sub-summits and 1 investors meet. And thanks to our partners who encouraged us to do that and make it happen. This has definitely helped us grow the overall charter of the discussion that we have. With these 4 sub-summits, we have picked up the themes relevant for the ecosystem, and we had very in-depth conversation during these engagements. I'm happy to share this year we have more than 90 speakers joined us and shared their insights on different diverse topics. And out of these 90 speakers, we had a very strong lineup of the women leaders who have joined us in different panels. So thank you all the speakers and the panelists for joining us for this. As I said, we had these 4 sub-summits, so I would like to call out those names, starting with a GCC sub-summit where Target has supported us. For the product security, TCS has supported us. For the academic research, IIT Bangalore was there to support, and Bosch has supported for the automotive and hardware security. Thanks to all the partners for making this happen this year. In last 2 days of time, we have multiple engagements, multiple discussions. Sorry. Starting with today, we had 2 workshops where we have done deep dive on different topics. We had privacy leadership forum that we have run for the whole day, and we have done a deep dive in the privacy matters, starting with the Data Protection Act to other thematic areas that we have picked up in last couple of years of time frame. And towards the closer, we have concluded this with the innovation box. Congratulations to all the participants, all the 6 participants, and the winners definitely. As this event, as I said earlier, this event is a community effort. Definitely it was not possible without the support from the industry. I would like to acknowledge our platinum sponsor, Fortinet, silver sponsor, Checkpoint, and Innovation Box partners, Securite, for supporting us, along with the other partners and exhibitors who have come along to support and make this event a grand success for us this year. Needless to say that it has been a great team effort from the DSAI side, and each team member this time, and many of them were the newcomers in the system, they have done a relentless effort in last couple of months of time and came up with a bright ideas and new ideas which we have experimented in this version of the best practices meet, and that has helped us to engage more with the community. I would like to start with the events team for orchestrating this whole event and putting the entire show together. The technical team, which has crafted that interesting agenda and brought emerging topics in the agenda where we have deliberated for these 2 days of time frame. The policy team, which has helped hosting the Privacy Leadership Forum. The communication team, which has definitely helped us in overall coverage and creative outreach of the event, which is very important to bring all the stakeholders together. The membership team, which has bring a diverse stakeholders relevant for these conversations from different industry verticals, including government, academia, law enforcement, and so on and so forth. National COE team and Telangana COE team for setting up this startup pavilion. Many of you would have seen that. It is a showcase of the cutting edge technologies that we are incubating with DSCI, National COE. And bringing the innovators, this time we have quite a diverse set of innovators participating in best practices meet. We have research team, business development team, and emerging technology team, which has been set up recently in DSCI for their relentless effort and bringing diverse perspective for various discussions and bringing speakers together. The CCITR team, which is the forensics team we have in Bangalore, thanks to them for bringing the law enforcement perspective here and bringing the right set of people for this conversation. IT and admin and finance team for managing the show from Delhi behind the stage. Thanks to them, they are not here, but they have contributed significantly so that we all are enjoying this facilitated engagement here. In case I have missed anyone, I'll be personally thanking them at DSA office in Delhi probably. But at the end, this whole effort was undertaken under the guidance of Mr. Vinayak Godse. Thank you, Vinayak, for allowing team and encouraging team to experiment and broaden the horizon. And that's why every year, every moment, you will find DSI events and DSI's engagement, I'll call it, which is growing significantly. At the end, thank you for joining us for this event and making this a grand success. Looking forward to engage with you all on various forums next year and other places as well. Thank you. Definitely the AISS. Thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Atul. With that, it's been at the fag end of what was today, but there are a few thank yous that we must say. Our hosting partners, Target, IIIT Bangalore, TCS, and Bosch. Platinum sponsor, Fortinet. Silver sponsor, Checkpoint. Other partners, Third Eye Techno Solutions, Delegate Back Partner. FCRF Media Partner. Palo Alto Networks, Workshop Partner. Privasapien, Privacy Partner. Securite Innovation Box Partner, Threat Corp Engagement Partner, and our exhibitors, Anzen Technologies, SciSec, Delina, Melno Security, and CISA. With that, we come to the end of what has been today, so please put your hands together and thank you, audience.